Have you ever finished a long interview or podcast, closed your laptop, and realized you completely forgot to make the short clips for social media? Maybe you promised to sponsor a highlight reel, but simply didn't have the hours to carve it out of your main footage? I've definitely been in that position, feeling drained from recording and dreading the idea of scrubbing through footage and editing software. That is exactly why I started using Vizard, and honestly, it's become the ultimate productivity shortcut I didn't know I needed. Let me walk you through this process with a real example of an hour-long episode I recently turned into content. The moment you upload your file, the AI goes to work and scans the entire video for high engagement moments, like laughs or key quotes. You don't need to tag anything manually, as the auto-editing features find the best bits and line them up for you instantly. If you prefer to be hands-on, the editor gives you a clean timeline view where every suggested clip is already trimmed and ready. I usually click through the suggestions to tweak the in and out points, then instantly change the aspect ratio for platforms like TikTok. One single click allows Vizard to create perfectly framed versions for different platforms without any weird stretching or manual repositioning. You can even pick a style template, like a cinematic quote card or a captioned clip, and it applies transitions and layouts automatically. Now, I don't always use everything the AI selects, and that is perfectly fine because the platform keeps everything fully editable. You can easily merge clips, split sections, or drag a better start point into any highlight that the software suggests. It's not about losing control to an algorithm, but rather using auto as a starting point to refine your final product. One of the absolute biggest time savers is the auto schedule feature built right into the platform. Instead of exporting every single clip and opening different apps to post, you just tell the system how many times a week you want to publish. The system even picks optimal posting times based on data and spaces out related clips so you aren't blasting your audience with repeats. You can always override anything manually, but if you're managing multiple shows, this automated distribution is a total lifesaver. The content calendar itself is a fantastic dashboard where you can see exactly what is scheduled, what is live, and what is still a draft. For teams, this is perfect because editors, producers, and hosts can all access the same timeline without confusion. No more chasing lost messages asking who approved the latest sponsor cut, because everything is tracked in one place. Let's also talk about captions and text overlays because those are absolutely critical for getting attention on social media. Vizard generates captions with surprising accuracy, and you can style them with specific fonts, colors, and box highlights for active words. You can also add lower thirds for guest names or drop in a sponsor URL during a highlight to keep things professional. It's basically designed to feel like you have a professional social media editor working for you, even if you are a solo creator. Now, you might wonder if other tools do this, and sure, there are other platforms that promise auto-clipping out there. However, most tools are either way too expensive for a budget, or they force you to re-edit everything manually for different social formats. Others have AI that is hit or miss, meaning you spend more time fixing the output than you would have spent editing from scratch. Vizard stands out because it's built around the actual workflow of turning long videos into consistent short-form content. It bundles the pieces that actually matter, like scheduling and styling, into one seamless place. A quick heads up on quality: auto-clipping isn't magic if your original audio is noisy or if the speaker is rambling too much. The software has tools for noise reduction and EQ presets to help clean things up, but you still need decent raw footage. That said, it finds the best moments and makes them look polished quickly, which is 90% of the battle for consistency. One tweak I use often is inserting a short sponsor mention or call to action without having to re-record anything. You can pull an anchor clip from elsewhere in the episode and just drop it into your highlight, and it adjusts the timing automatically. If you have pre-made sponsor audio, you can upload that, and the system will align it perfectly for your repurposed clips. This flexibility makes it incredibly easy to add rotations of sponsor content across all your videos without returning to the studio. Another underrated part of this workflow is the analytics you get after publishing. It shows you what types of moments perform best, like jokes or emotional stories, and then adapts future suggestions to match. That makes the system smarter over time and removes the guesswork from planning your content for the next month. If you work with a team, you can leave notes on clips, request changes, or lock versions so nothing gets overwritten by mistake. This is a massive upgrade over sending giant project files back and forth, and it keeps everything centralized. Of course, nothing truly replaces a human eye, so the best results come when you let the AI do the heavy lifting first. You pick the top 20 moments, let it generate the captions and formats, and then you just skim and add your personal touch. You still control the voice and the creative direction, but the software removes the repetitive, boring grunt work. The end result is going from 1 hour-long file to a month's worth of social content that is already captioned and scheduled. Your channel stays active, sponsors get exactly what they were promised, and you don't have to waste a weekend in an editing cave. For creators who need to scale output, whether you're running solo shows or multiple channels, that is a total game changer. I've created a short playlist that walks through the full workflow: upload, select, tweak, and batch schedule, so you can see it in action. If you are tired of spending your days off turning long videos into bite-sized gold, I highly recommend giving this a test run. Drop a comment if you want me to show a full before and after of an episode I repurposed, and don't forget to hit like if this helped. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see what you create with less editing and a lot more content output.